Yep. Let's go. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. As people begin to come in, this is the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys Week 16 pregame show. Got quite a bit to talk about before the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to get off here about 7 o'clock so y'all can get your food ready and be ready to watch this game. I don't know about anybody else, but I am absolutely excited to watch this game. I'm as excited to watch this game as I was to watch this game before reality has finally set in on the Dallas Cowboys like I knew that it would. Cowboys are officially out of the playoffs. I think it's official now. So what we're going to be watching from the Dallas Cowboys, and this is why I'm excited for this game. I was already excited for it because the reality is the Cowboys will never go into the playoffs. So it's all about playing for pride, evaluating this team. I've already been in evaluation mode. I've been in evaluation mode for the longest. What's going on, Virgin Boys? Bucks fan here. What's going on? Just bought my brother-in-law a lamb jersey. Has a beast. Yeah. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about your Bucks here. Good team. Very good team. That's why I'm excited about the Cowboys playing them. Very excited about the Cowboys playing the Bucks. Blue Star Dallas TV, what's up, man? Good evening. I got offered 2 Cowboys tickets for $120. I told my mans, nah, I'm good. I'd rather drink my lungs away at home. Yeah. My uncle been trying to go to these Cowboy games too. We live over here in the Metroplex, and we've been the same way. We've been kind of like, nah, we're gonna kind of hold off until next year before we start going to some of these games on the regular. We'd like to get our starters back, but definitely still watching the team and supporting. Like I said, man, I am excited about this game today. And I told you guys early on, the Cowboys were not making the playoffs. And the thing that is so crazy, I had forgot to talk about this on the pregame show this week, but there were a couple of teams that I had on upset alert, and the teams that I had on upset alert for this week was none other than the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I'm not saying I'm a prophet. Who would have thought that Jalen Hurts would go down first quarter? It changed the game. That's why it's any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday. You never know what is going to happen in these doggone games. I mean, you just never know. And so Jalen Hurts goes down. And I was really tripping on Kenny Pickett. I mean, Kenny Pickett was literally trying to go downfield. And, man, you know, it's kind of like, hey, D-Block, what's going on? Man, you know, it's kind of like I be hearing some of these crazy folk online talking about, you know, the side chick don't know their plays. I don't believe in no side chick stuff. That's nonsense. But I laugh when people talk like that. Man, I'm going to tell you something about these backup quarterbacks. Man, some of these backup quarterbacks, man, I mean, I love the attitude. I mean, I guess they want to be the starters. I mean, they want to be the starters. And because they want to be the starters, I mean, they come out and start trying to do things the starters not even doing. I mean, Kenny Pickett had the unmitigated gall to try to go downtown on the Philadelphia Eagles. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. And it's crazy to me when somebody been on the sideline for that long, and man, you just come out blasting. Man, I was rolling. I said, look at Pickett. Pickett up in there trying to take Jalen Hurts' job. Get out of here, man. Blue Star Dallas TV, what's up? He said, I thought it was funny how folks were saying Cooper Rush was going to make a playoff run and win the Super Bowl this year, like our fans think this dumb BS about Cooper Rush. Man, it's absolutely crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy, man, you know. And I told you, man, the Cowboys, the road was too hard to hold for the Cowboys. The road was too hard to hold. I want to start going through real quickly through some of the Cowboy pregame stuff because in case there are some Buccaneers fans in here, I want to get to make sure they get some of this stuff in too as we talk about the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. And I'm telling y'all, man, I've been looking at some stuff on these doggone Buccaneers. And I'm going to show y'all something tonight. I'm wondering, I haven't heard for sure. I'm thinking that Micah Parsons is going to play. And so I went back and made a video this week. And the video that I made this week, as a matter of fact, it was a couple of days ago. It was yesterday. The video that I made yesterday was 5 players to watch for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I got a little graph up. Some pictures up here, but I'm going to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers depth chart also because there are some players on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that we need to be watching tonight because they're going to be in opposition of these players that we got to watch for the Cowboys. And so I talked about the fact that CeeDee Lamb is he's the first player in Cowboys history to have 4 1,000-yard seasons in the first 5 years. He joined Irvin for 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. So CeeDee Lamb is going to be one to watch because CeeDee Lamb is going to continue to build his stats up. I mean, CeeDee Lamb has played, in spite of a rocky start in the beginning, because he didn't come to training camp early, CeeDee Lamb has still looked really good. And even with the little short passes and the little gimmicks they're doing with Cooper Rush, I'm excited. He'll be in training camp the whole year. Next year, so will Dak Prescott. I think they'll get their continuity back, and I think CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are going to be right back where they were. We got Rico Dowdle. This is Rico Dowdle's 5th year. Rico Dowdle is playing for a contract. And as important as CeeDee Lamb is, the reality is right now Rico Dowdle is the catalyst for this Dallas Cowboys offense. If Rico Dowdle isn't running the ball the way that he is, if the offensive line isn't blocking better, this game is going to be over tonight. And so they're going to have to lean heavily on Rico Dowdle so they can keep the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at bay. Because I have a feeling the Cowboys will be able to keep this game close in the first half. Because I'm telling you, the Bucs going to run the ball. What's going on, D-Rail? What's up, Troy? And so Rico Dowdle playing for a contract is going to be a big game for Rico Dowdle. He could go over 1,000 yards tonight, I believe. He only needs a buck and some change. Leafau, I mean, he has looked really good in Overshown's place. He had 5 tackles against the Carolina Panthers, 1 forced fumble. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do tonight. Brock Hoffman, very nasty lineman, 315 snaps for 2024. He's played right at right guard, hasn't allowed a sack. He's only given up 1 quarterback hit, hitting 2 pressures. He's played 109 snaps at center, 19 snaps at left guard. He's really stepped in and stepped up for Zach Martin. And then, of course, Micah Parsons said he has the flu. I'm wondering if he's playing tonight. I hadn't heard yet, but I'm sure he's going to play. He registered 0s against the Bengals, but he was great against the Panthers. And so tonight, with all of the talk that Micah Parsons has been doing and he continues to do, Micah Parsons needs to have a big game tonight because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is one of those teams that when he plays against teams like this, Micah Parsons just doesn't play well against the better teams. And he's got to get that stigma off him. And let me tell you something. He is going against, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, let me show you something here. He is going up against these Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive tackles. Look at something on Micah Parsons real quick. All right. So I wanted to look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers depth chart. For you people who know about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, let me tell you something. They got some players on this team. And, of course, let me kind of go down the line of who needs to be watched tonight. Who needs to be watched for the Buccaneers? One, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield needs to be watched tonight because, of course, Baker Mayfield has had a knee injury. So I'm interested to see how he plays tonight. The second running back, I'm assuming is Kyle Trask. The running back, Bucky Irving, has played extremely well this season. They got Rashad White. I'm telling you, these guys are going to run the ball. Of course, we got to watch Mike Evans. I mean, Mike Evans is going to be pretty much a mismatch for whoever he goes up against. And I think he's going to be a tough out even for Deron Bland. He's going to be a tough out because he's a big receiver. He's a very big receiver. And so he's going to be one to watch for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But this is the two guys I want to talk to you about. Somebody mentioned him on the channel the other day. This Tristan Wirfs and this doggone Luke Goedeke, if that's how you pronounce it. What's going on, Roberta? What's going on, Gabe? Man, let me tell you something. These two cats right here, hey, man, let me show you something. Look at this. This Tristan Wirfs dude, he is no joke. This dude is 6'5", 320 pounds. Now, I'm saying all this for a reason. He's 6'5", 320 doggone pounds. The Goedeke kid. The Luke Goedeke kid. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Look at this. 6'5", 312 pounds. This is the size tackles that you want in the NFL. These dudes are large. They're young and they're good. This is what I'm worried about. So both of these dudes are 6'5", 300 and some change. This is the problem with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is 6'3", 245. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. Now, when you're 6'3", 245, you're going to have some quickness. You're going to have some speed. Micah Parsons is very strong too. Problem is, you got to beat these types of tackles with moves and quickness. Bull rushing is not going to work. Bull rushing is not going to work on these two tackles. Coming around, looping far around the edge, it's not going to work on these tackles. These guys are large. They're large and they're skillful. So it is going to be, the Cowboys are going to have their work cut out for him tonight. Micah Parsons is going to have his work cut out for him. But I'm excited about this game again because for me, it was never about the playoffs. It was never about the playoffs. For me, it was always about evaluation. And I'm still in evaluation mode because with all the talk Micah's been doing, okay, it's time to put up, shut up. Come out here and have a great game. Come out here and have a great game because, you're playing for pride now. Come out here and have a big game because I can tell you, Micah has started this in public negotiation. You can't come out here and lay goose eggs the last 3 games. You got to come out here and ball out. Because if you don't come out here and ball out, and Micah Parsons in particular is one who's always concerned about what the public is saying about him, man, he better ball out. He better ball out. Troy said Jalen was 1 for 4. Yeah, he got hurt early, though. I wasn't worried about Jalen Hurts. I think he would have been fine. But I'm telling y'all didn't hear me when I told you this before, but I believe the Cowboys caught the Commanders sleeping. And did you notice what happened at the end of that Commanders game? I would have absolutely loved to have seen what would have happened if the Washington Commanders, when they get that touchdown, I would have loved to see what would have happened had they made that extra point. I would have loved to seen it. Because I think that game might have had a different outcome. Because I'm going to tell you about these doggone Washington Commanders, man. You got to be careful with them. These dudes play to the last minute on the clock. They play to the last minute on the clock. And I am telling you, the way they finished this game today, crazy work. Absolute crazy work. The Washington Commanders, they put down 22 points in the fourth quarter. These boys were about to do the same thing to the Cowboys. They were about to do the same thing to the Cowboys, except for a glitch in the matrix. A missed extra point. A missed extra point did them in. They made it. There's something different, man. There's something different. Jaden Daniels, 2 interceptions, but 5 touchdowns. I mean, they're just something different. Jaden Daniels on the ground, 9 carries, 81 yards. There's something different. Not going to take it away from old Zim either. Zim is an old dog. Zim can give most quarterbacks trouble. He's just that clever. I've said it before. If there's any coach on this team that has earned a coaching job in this league, it is none other than Mike Zimmer. Zimmer's been coaching, man, and Zimmer's going to coach tonight. Zimmer's going to coach tonight. And I believe Zimmer's going to be able to keep this game close, at least in the first half. I just don't know how long can they hold them. I just don't know how long they can hold them, because you already know that both of these teams are really going to try to do the same thing. Zim is going to be out to stop the run. The Cowboys are going to be out to stop the run. They're both going to run the ball. It's a matter of who runs the ball better. They're both going to run the ball. They both have a superstar wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans. I'm going to tell you something. We don't talk about Mike Evans a lot of times whenever you start talking about top 5 receivers, because we forget about Mike Evans. Mike Evans is good. Mike Evans is actually better than good. He is an absolute beast on the field. He is absolutely great. And so, we don't want to include him in a lot of these conversations. He's going to give us problems. Just like CDE is going to give them some problems depending upon, and I think with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think I trust their second and third guys better than I trust our second and third guys. That's one of the big problems we have. And that's why I hope we go and address this in the draft. We have a huge drop-off after our number 1 receiver. Blue Star said, good luck to those Buck fans, because Cowboys has nothing to lose anymore, so it won't matter if they win or lose. It's more about the Bucks than the Cowboys tonight. Exactly. The Cowboys now playing with house money, and so I want to see if they're going to play with that house money. I want to see if they're going to play with that house money now. Now, see, this is when you start getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's all about pride tonight. It's all about pride. The Bucks have a lot to play for tonight, for sure. Falcons are building. And now the Washington Commanders have to be careful, because they got to play the Falcons next week. And the Commanders actually got the win, because I said, I had it down. I had that game down as a potential upset game. I had it down as a potential upset game. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I'm not going to tell you I was a prophet, but I had a feeling, because you're talking about these divisional games, and they're kooky sometimes. And lo and behold, Jalen Hurts goes down. And that helped. That helped the Commanders tremendously. It helped them tremendously, because it's the same thing I was wanting to see with Cooper Rush. Because it's one thing when a backup quarterback is front running. It's another thing when you apply the pressure to the backup quarterback and you tie the game up. See, it's a whole different ball game then, because now I'm going to force you to beat us. Yeah, I'm going to force you to beat us now. He got away with one with the Commanders. He got showed up with the Cincinnati Bengals. He got showed up with the Houston Texans. See, these are the good teams. And so here we go again with a good team. And that's why I'm telling you, they're going to try to put this ball and they're going to try to put this game in the hands of Cooper Rush. I would have loved to saw what would have happened with that Commanders game, because I'm telling you, man, these doggone Commanders, they've done this to a lot of teams, how they come out with this onslaught in the fourth quarter. They've done this to quite a few teams. D-Block says, better teams scheme up Parsons. Yes. He easy to chip. That's why he wants the Cowboys to have some bigger players. Because, see, he's easier to scheme against. He's easier to scheme against. You know, when you start looking at his size, again, 6'3", 245, I'm thinking Myles Garrett is like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 271. But, man, if you've seen Myles Garrett, that joker is stacked. He is stacked. And so is Nick Bosa. You ever seen Bosa's arms? Bosa's arms is bigger than some men's thighs. Bosa's big. And so those type of guys, they're harder to beat on double teams. They're a lot harder to beat on the chips. They'll blow through a running back. They'll knock him right over. So with those guys, this is why you see some of the things you see from them at certain times than you see at Micah Parsons. A lot of people say, well, they have to do this to Micah Parsons because he's so good. Have you ever figured out they do it to Micah Parsons because they can? Because they can. Why am I not going to double team you when it works? Why am I not going to chip you? It works on him. It's harder to work on some of those big guys. Jalen McMillan Bucks, SOLO wide receiver is one to watch tonight as well as running back Bucky Irving. Yeah, I said Bucky Irving was one to watch. Now you said the slot outside receiver. Okay, let's look at who that is. What you say his name was? Let's see here. Oh, okay, Jalen McMillan. Okay, yeah. Jalen McMillan. He's got 22 receptions, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, 12.7 yards average. And I'm telling you, man, I would actually take their second and third guys over ours. Look at this dude, man. He's a slot at 6'1". Slot receivers, 6'1". You typically see those guys and you think, because you think about Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is a really small receiver. He's a really small receiver. Okay, this guy's 5'10", 194. He's got 30 receptions, 303 yards, 1 touchdown, 10.1. Interesting. I think, though, for them, we are probably similar in the fact I think both of us and them, the Bucks and the Cowboys, are both going to try and come out and establish the run so they can get some play action, because Baker Mayfield has been absolutely eating on it down the field, so they can get Mike Evans on a mismatch on someone other than DeRon Bland. Okay, yeah, it was you, Gabe. You said I mentioned the Bucks starting tackles, and even a healthy Micah Parsons will catch the flu taking them out. Yeah. They're the real deal. They're the real deal. Yeah, Roberto, they're some big guys, and they're skilled too. They are very skilled. You said Daniels. Yeah, rookie of the year. Yes, rookie of the year. Micah Parsons backed himself into a corner with his mouth and contract BS instead of just leaving it all on the field. If he sits out, he loses leverage with the Joneses. Oh, you know what? Even Jay Tuck said the same thing. See, the one who speaks up first loses the leverage. Did y'all notice what Dak Prescott did? Dak didn't speak up about no contract. Dak just kept saying, I'm going to let my agents talk about that. Dak wasn't doing that. And Micah Parsons, they're applauding him now, talking about, oh, he gets it. We want players, Steven. Yeah, Micah gets it, and we want guys that want to be here. What? Oh, hold on a second. So you're telling me, Stephen Jones, that if you want the money you earned, you don't want to be here? Hogwash. We got to stop letting these Joneses fool us with all this snake oil talk. Jerry Jones, Micah's one, his coaches said that he's one of the most intelligent guys they've ever ran across. What? Well, I'm not going to question his intelligence, but I'm definitely going to question his emotional intelligence. And what emotional intelligence is how you respond to things, how you respond to things in the moment, how you respond to things when people ask you. How do you respond? Because some people, they give you emotional answers and have emotional reactions. I'm questioning that because Jerry knows doggone well it's intelligent to concede to two of the cheapest GMs in the NFL. You don't have to be the highest paid. You don't see no difference between 30 and 40. Let's wait and see what happens when they start trying to hit him with 20 and 25. Let's see if he got that same energy. Keedy boy, what's going on? JD is tough. The scary part about him is he's only going to get better. JD. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think of the initials there. JD. Hit me with the JD. My mind draw the blank. Cowboys can play spoilers. Hey, they got to be driven by something tonight, D-Block. Division games are hard for sure. And that's why I said, I think the Cowboys are going to get another win tonight. I mean, another win this season. I don't think it's going to be the Bucs. I think the Eagles game in Philly, I just think that's going to be too tough for the Cowboys. But I think they're going to beat. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Commanders, depending upon how the Commanders look at the Cowboys game. I think if the Commanders beat the Falcons, but Dan Quinn is out to prove something. I believe Dan Quinn is out to prove something. Wouldn't it be crazy if Dan Quinn, first year with the Washington Commanders, rookie quarterback, 12 wins? They're not even complete yet. I think they still need some pieces on offense. I think they need another wide receiver. Another tight end probably wouldn't hurt them. Maybe an even more dynamic running back or another running back to go with the running back they have. They're not done building yet. And if Nisi was on here, we'd be laughing because he's definitely not done building with as many free agents as the Cowboys have coming up this season. Dan is salivating. Dan go see some of the Cowboys. Let me tell y'all something. I wouldn't be surprised he bought Rico Dowdle to Washington. I wouldn't be surprised he bought Rico Dowdle. I wouldn't. That's just how Dan has gotten a lot of these Cowboy players. And if there's anybody that know these Cowboy players, it's him. It's him. I would not be surprised he's waiting on some of these Cowboy fans. Some of these Cowboy players. Revelation said, what's going on, Revelation? He said, Jerry and Steven are the spirit of the Cowboy team unit, and they keep the spirit of the unit disjointed like a car riding on a flat tire, G. I 100% agree with you. They can be some of the most divisive owners in the world. Marlon Brando, what's going on? Bosa and Garrett are defensive end. Micah's an outside linebacker like TJ Watt, Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack. Yep, I agree with you. Sean Ginn, no, Micah's not smart. And let me say this. I don't know what he is book-wise, but Micah is smart, but he's doing something dumb. He's smart, but he's doing something dumb. Because, Sean Ginn, welcome to the channel. It's not about what you or Michael is talking about. See, and the part that you're talking about, that's why I say Michael dumb. First of all, Michael don't need to be talking about nobody else's pockets. If he chooses not to be the highest paid player on defense, which, Sean Ginn, I got news for you. He was not going to be the highest paid player on defense. he was not going to be the highest paid player because the Cowboys were never giving Micah Parsons $40 million. I'm laughing at folk because Micah throwing out numbers. Where I give Micah credit for being smart is folk don't understand what Micah is doing. When Micah said $40 million, some folk didn't understand. I've been setting folks straight with this on X for the last 2 days. How you going to throw out $40 million when there's no defensive player making $40 million? Or at least defensive end, Nick Bosa ain't making $40 million, he's making $34 million average. He's making $34 million average. And the next best defensive end or the next highest paid defensive end is only making $28 million. So for Micah Parsons to say, I see no difference between 30 and 40, do you not see what he's doing? This is the part I'm going to give him credit for. He's trying to play the Joneses like they play everyone else. I don't see no difference in 30 and 40 million. You know why? Because Nick Bosa is the only one making above 30 million. 30 million would put him at second highest paid. Stop acting like he's doing the Cowboys favors if he takes 30 million. No, he's not doing the Cowboys favors if he takes 30 million because the second highest paid would be him. Stop it. We're trying to give him credit. The part that he's doing smart is that he's trying to take the negotiation power away from the Joneses. But it's a dumb move. It's a dumb move. Because you actually think they're going to give you what you actually have set the precedent that they can give you, basically offer you what they want. Because you keep saying, hey, I want to be a Cowboy for life. Man, that's crazy talk. I'm not talking like that. Not on my rookie deal. Not on my rookie deal. And let me tell you something. I've already looked on this, Sean. You're a little late to the channel, but welcome. Let me tell you something about Mr. Tom Brady. Do not let Mr. Tom Brady fool you. Tom Brady didn't start taking them discounts until the end of that career. But in the beginning of that career, Tom Brady got his money. Tom Brady got his money. Don't let Tom Brady fool you. Tom Brady got his money. And let me tell you something about Mr. Patrick Mahomes. A lot of folks don't give Patrick Mahomes the credit that he deserves, or his agent the credit that he deserves. Let me put you up on game. This is the part people don't understand about Mr. Patrick Mahomes. I give his agents 100% credit for this. Let me tell you something about this man. Are we serious right now? This is the contract. If y'all don't remember, this is the contract that I said if I was Dak Prescott. This is the contract that I would have asked for from the Dallas Cowboys. Look at this. See, some people be talking, man, but they're not talking football business. Y'all talking football, you ain't talking business. A 10-year, $450 million deal, and you think that's a discount? What? You think this is a discount? That this man has basically signed an almost guaranteed $450 million deal. Now, I question you. Who you know got a $450 million deal? Tell me who it is. Tell me who you know got a $450 million deal. Who got it? Y'all tell me the quarterback that's got a 10-year doggone deal. Patrick Mahomes' agent is genius. He's genius. We run around because we don't understand football business. Brady, do not let Brady fool you. Brady got his doggone money. Brady started eating money on the tail end of those contracts. Brady wasn't eating money. Brady was not eating money on the beginning of those contracts. He was not eating money. And so, at the end of the day, Brady was not eating money until the end. That's when Brady started playing on those subpar contracts. Because Brady. And you know what Brady got tired of? Who were the players they were bringing in? Who were the players? You want to know why they started falling off towards the end? The same reason why none of these NFL teams wanted to hire Bill Belichick and why he went to North Carolina. Personnel problems. Personnel problems. Even Brady got tired of it. Personnel problems. Because Brady was taking the discounts, but he started realizing, where are the players? Where are the players? Where are the players that Bill Belichick got? If we say Gronkowski, okay, Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, those two tight ends. So name me the other high-paid players. They only had, Randy Moss, one season, maybe two? I think they had Randy Moss maybe 2 seasons. Who were the players? And it started to rear its ugly head the more they went on. The more they went on. And I'm telling y'all, I actually laugh at people when they talk about this Patrick Mahomes contract. No one's talking about this Patrick Mahomes contract in context. Man, this contract, man, I'm sorry. Everybody need this man's agent. Everybody need this man's agent. This man's contract is crazy talk. It's crazy. Patrick Mahomes is fixed this contract to where he's going to get $450 million. Tell me the other quarterback that has this. Tell me. It's crazy. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. I said the same thing about Dak Prescott. I literally would have told the Dallas Cowboys, hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. You don't have to pay me this astronomical number. How about I play 5 years, $40 million a year guaranteed? That would have been $200 million guaranteed dollars, 5 years. Why wouldn't you take it? Now, Dak, Todd Francis, he pulled out $231 million. But watch this. You want to know what's so crazy about Dak Prescott's deal? It's actually not fully guaranteed. And the reason why it's not fully guaranteed, this stuff is readily available to y'all if y'all ever want to go look at it. I mean, I'm not pulling up anything that no one can pull up. You can go on Sport Track. You can go to overthecap.com. Both of these will give you these salary caps. It'll give you these salary caps and all of this stuff. You can look at this stuff. This is not rocket science. This is why I say Michael Parsons doing all this dumb talk about if you're the highest paid player, you can't have players around you. Mike Fisher has debunked this. Other people have debunked this. I've even debunked this. We got to stop listening to the Joneses talking about if you're the highest paid player. Why do all the other teams do it? Jalen Hurts was the highest paid player. He only went to the Super Bowl. He only went to the Super Bowl as being the highest paid quarterback. He only went to the Super Bowl. I mean, he's already right now, what is he, 12-3? I mean, he's only got a super team around him. Jared Goff has only got a super team around him. Looks like he's probably on his way to another Super Bowl. If not, he's going to get doggone close. How are they putting players around there? How are they putting players around their quarterback? Anybody looking at the Buffalo Bills today? I told somebody the other day, I guess they didn't realize something. Do anybody not realize Josh Allen has an insane running game around him? Everybody's doing it except for the Dallas Cowboys. We got to stop listening to the Joneses. Just like Michael Parsons. The sad part about Michael Parsons, he has bought into this whole thing with the Joneses. We like our players. Let's figure out how to keep them. No, I'm Michael Parsons. No, you figure out how to keep them. Because you need to figure out how you're going to keep me. You figure it out. Stop giving these teams. You're a player, man. You don't side with the owner. You side with the players. I don't understand this Cowboy fan base co-signing this nonsense. It's nonsense. The only part I think is genius is him pushing them to give him a contract. The part that I think is dumb is that he's trusting them to give him a contract. Stupid. Look at Dak Prescott's contract. Dak Prescott's contract, when you look at it. And let me go to Sports Track. And then I'm gonna get back on track. Let's go to Sports Track. Let me show you something here. The Cowboys can literally cut ties with Dak Prescott at the end of 2027. I mean, they're gonna take a hit, but they can walk away from the contract, and it's gonna take a massive hit. But we already know this is not what they're going to do. Because the reality of this contract, y'all might not realize it. And a lot of people don't. You think about, look at what Dak is getting paid actually average. This is his average salary. Let me tell you how much I know people don't know football business. Did y'all not look at Patrick Mahomes' contract? That is literally about what Patrick Mahomes is making on base salary. It's pretty much about the same. See, people talking noise about this contract, not realizing that his cap hit, his base salary cap hit, is not really that big. You got the prorated signing bonus, you got the base salary, you got the restructure. Now, this is the part that people start losing it on. Now, I want you to look at these numbers, these years right here. These years right here. These are the years you need to be paying attention to. You know what these void years are? These void years are where they flip a switch right here. Jerry Jones has already acknowledged this. You flip the switch right here. You convert base salary to signing bonus so that it can be prorated down here. Rework the salary either where it can be prorated down here. That's what these void years are for. These are so you can kick the salary down the road. Michael didn't have to leave any money on the table. You sign whatever contract you deserve. And they would have did the same thing with Micah. They'd have worked in void years. They would have just worked in void years. Stephen Jones was talking about it. How in the next year or two, Zach Martin rolls off. D-Law rolls off. I think he mentioned another player that's going to roll off. And that's going to help the Dallas Cowboys salary situation even more. Because you kick these contracts down the road, the salary cap goes up, the numbers become more manageable. And if you want to, this contract is even designed that if the Cowboys want Dak Prescott to play at 35 and 36, they'll rework this. They'll kick it on down the road. And Dak Prescott can be here till he's 36, 37, or 38, which I don't think is going to happen. Dak Prescott will probably, I'm thinking Dak, unless he's in top tier shape, unless he's giving the Cowboys the Tom Brady break, he's either going to go somewhere else and then come back here and retire. But what Micah Parsons is doing, I understand what he's doing in trying to not get his contract delayed and being signed, and trying to force the Joneses into signing his contract. But that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Yep, I talked about it, Gabe. Washington upset Philly. Yep, took care of business. Any given Sunday. Sean, you're buying into the Joneses. I don't know what you're talking about. Because everyone else is doing this. Everyone else has a 53-man roster, and about 8 to 9 of these teams got $50+ million quarterbacks, and they're paying them. They're paying them, and they have players. See, this part of this fan base, I don't understand it. How are we buying into this nonsense of you can't sign players because your quarterback is getting paid? It's hogwash. All these players, Joe Burrow, players around him. Jordan Love, players around him. Trevor Lawrence, not winning, but players around him. Tua Tagovailoa, definitely got players around him. Jared Goff, super team, $53 million. Justin Herbert, players around him. Lamar Jackson, borderline super team. Jalen Hurts, $51 million, borderline super team. Kyler Murray, $46 million. They're putting players around him. All these teams are doing it. We got to stop sneezing at $45 million. I just showed y'all Dak Prescott's contract. The base salary is around the same. Where you're getting the average salary is with the signing bonus. But we already know that's what the 4 void years are for. So they can kick that money down the road because everybody does it. This is how the other teams are managing the salary cap better than the Cowboys. They're using the void years a lot more effectively than the Dallas Cowboys. And they're also doing something else, Sean. You know what else they're doing that we don't do? We wait to pay our superstars. Jerry Jones wasted $15 to $20 million in free agency jacking around with the salary cap. Jacking around with the salary cap. Stop blaming the players. It's not Michael Parsons' job to manage the cap. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's a dumb precedent. It's stupid. D-Block said this is a bit off target, but Sam Darnold is having an MVP season. No, it's not. Not off target. You know why? Because they built a super team over there. They built a super team over there, and it wasn't built for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is getting the Dak Prescott benefit. They built a team for Tony Romo when they brought in Zeke Elliott. He got hurt. He got hurt, brother D-Block. Guess what happened? Dak benefited. Now, Sam Darnold, who's a journeyman quarterback, he is not going to benefit like Dak Prescott. Because who was the kid, Minnesota Vikings drafted quarterback? Who was the guy they drafted? J.J. McCarthy. This is J.J. McCarthy's team. He's young. This is J.J. McCarthy's team. So Sam Darnold is going to go somewhere else. He's gonna wind up going somewhere else. Unless he wants to play backup for J.J. McCarthy. But he's got a super team around him because they built it for J.J. McCarthy. Michael has a legit argument to get paid. The defense was trash before he got here, and the team wasn't going 12-5 until he got here. Okay, I'm trying to see something here. Let me see if you got an argument here. Okay, Micah Parsons was drafted in 2021. Dak Prescott. Hold on a second, Morning Brando. I think I got a little bit of an argument with you here. And not even an argument. I'm just going to show you the facts. Y'all help me out. If Micah Parsons was drafted in 2021 and Dak Prescott was drafted in 2016, and if the Cowboys were 12-4, 12-5, whenever they added the games, they were 12-5. And if you say that the Cowboys were not going 12 games, well, now you have to explain this. How did Dak Prescott win 13 games in his rookie season? Dak Prescott won 13 games, if I'm not mistaken, in his rookie season. Dak Prescott had a record of 13-3 in his rookie season. I don't know what to tell you. Dak Prescott went 13-3 in his rookie season. Michael Parsons wasn't even here yet. Micah actually has no argument to be the highest paid defensive end in football because he's not the best defensive end in football. And a lot of people don't realize this. The quarterback position is different. The quarterback position, you don't have to be the highest paid quarterback to get the highest pay. The quarterback position, your next man up, and you just have to be playing well to get to be the highest paid. And the reason why I know this is all you have to do is look at this list. Somebody tell me when Kyler Murray was ever the best quarterback in this league at any given time. Lamar Jackson. Kyler Murray. Jalen Hurts. I've seen too many people on here arguing that they don't think Jalen Hurts is all that good. I don't think anybody will tell you that Jalen Hurts was ever the best quarterback in the league at any given time. I think there are some that would argue for Lamar Jackson, unanimous MVP, got the MVP another year, and now his stats this year are better than they were last year. Who would ever make that argument for Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert has not been the best quarterback in this league since he's been in this league. This dude ain't even been top 5 except based on potential. When has Jared Goff ever been the best quarterback in this league? Tua Tagovailoa, best quarterback in this league. Trevor Lawrence, best quarterback in this league. Jordan Love, best quarterback in this league. Nope. Now, these two right here have had some years. They have had some years. Dak Prescott's last season was phenomenal. And Dak Prescott should have won the MVP. They was too much of a coward to give him to him. His numbers way surpassed Lamar Jackson's. Way surpassed. Dak Prescott had a phenomenal year. Phenomenal. He wasn't coming off a good year. Dak Prescott had a historic year. Contracts are based on the regular season, contrary to what people say. They're based on the regular season and the fact, can you get us to the playoffs to where we have a chance to win? Some people will argue that there was a point in time that Joe Burrow could probably be argued that he was the best quarterback in the league because this brother was putting down Patrick Mahomes. And the reason why people got so mad at Dak Prescott last year is because his regular season record and the things he did in the regular season was so phenomenal. People got their hopes so built up, and then it was a letdown, not by Dak Prescott, but also the entire team. But it don't go like that for the other positions. You'll notice about the other positions, while it is somewhat next man up, no, you actually have to be the best in the position to leapfrog the highest paid wide receiver. You got to be the best in the business. Have you noticed this about, you ever notice who's been the top paid wide receivers? Justin Jefferson, anybody? Tyreek Hill, anybody? There's a reason why they're top paid. CeeDee Lamb, anybody? Because he's actually top 3. And now we're about to watch Jamar Chase. Not because he's the next man up in positions other than quarterback. No, you better be top 3 to leapfrog other players. You better be top 3. Jamar Chase gonna leapfrog everybody. I don't think he's better than Justin Jefferson. But, man, between him and CeeDee Lamb right now, woo. Man, Jefferson is tough. Jefferson is tough, man. Yeah, D-Block, they love DQ. Let me tell you something about DQ. DQ is showing Jerry Jones something, too. Because I'm telling you, I believe that Jerry Jones was trying to hold DQ over so he could maybe make DQ the head coach. DQ couldn't wait on Jerry because he didn't want to play this bullcorn game Jerry plays about not getting players. I mean, Stephen Jones admitted as much, bragging about the fact that they got Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks on below market deals. What? Crazy talk. You won't get me to play for you. You won't get me to play for you. I mean, I'm not good enough to play for you, but if I was good enough, you wouldn't get me to play for you. Andre said, I'm glad that the Cowboys did not make the playoffs because I've got embarrassed. Also, we need to get better players and get better coaching. Yeah, don't worry. We weren't making it. We were not making it, bro. And now we got an opportunity to maybe get back in that draft. Anthony Aldridge. Mike going to come out throwing the ball, G. Oh, I hope not, Anthony. Welcome to the show. I hope not, man. But you know what? There are some opportunities because we were looking at that Buccaneers defense, and even though they're valuing them at a number 7 rank, when you look at their defense, though, they got a little bit of – there's some opportunities. Only problem is Cooper Rush. He can't throw the ball accurately past 10 yards. And so with other players, this might be where if it was Dak or if it was another starting quarterback, they might have an opportunity because they can go down the field better. But when you're talking about Cooper Rush, everything has to be perfect for him to really do what he needs to do against the team. I'm going to tell you this. I'll be shocked. I'll be honest with you. I will be shocked if they come out passing the ball. I got a feeling they're going to come out running the ball. I got a feeling the Cowboys are going to come out running the ball. Because when you look at their run defense, yards per rush, they're ranked number 29. Rico Dowdle, I mean, depending upon how they play this game, he's going to have some opportunities. And if I'm the Cowboys, it says the opponents rushed against them 28.5 times per game. I'm sorry, this is the game for me. The Cowboys need to take the mentality they had with DeMarco Murray his last season. Y'all remember that last season with DeMarco Murray? The Dallas Cowboys ran him in the ground. Because if the Cowboys don't plan on keeping Rico Dowdle, and I say even if you plan on keeping him, there needs to be a game or two. Rico Dowdle needs to run the ball not 25, but 30 times. I mean, we need to see what he is. We need to see what he is. We're out of the playoffs now. Let's see what he is. Can he run the ball if you need him to 30 times and play in the passing game? Can he do it? We need to see it. The opponents rush on the Bucs for 136 yards a game. I mean, there is going. Let me make sure I got the Bucs pulled up here. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let me go back to the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I thought I'd pulled up the Bucs. Let me put up the Bucs. Okay, maybe I was going crazy there. Hold on a second. Yeah. So there's still going to be some opportunities. So their opponent's rush play percentage is 37%, but their yards per rush is still 4.5. It's still 4.5. So Rico Dowdle should have an opportunity. The opponent's rushes, 24. Rico's been running he ran 25 against Carolina. I think he needs to run 30. Opponent's rush yards per game, they are ranked number 11. They are ranked number 11, 109 yards. But if I'm the Cowboys, I'm about to let Rico run. Let him see if he can push that threshold again. Can he get over that threshold? I think they're going to have an opportunity. But you know what? You could be right. Because, Mike McCarthy, man, you never know what you're going to get with him. You never know. But I think he's being put in a position to where he has to run the ball. Because Cooper is very inaccurate past 10 yards, especially with pressure. The Cowboys are going to play spoilers to the rest of the teams now. You know what? I want to see if they do. I want to see if the Commanders winning already, does it deflate this team? Does it deflate them? I mean, we are about to see what the Cowboys are about tonight. This is why I'm so excited about this game. I am so excited about this game. I want to see what this team is about. I do. Wild Boy said the Cowboys are going to be the Grinch that steals the team's Christmas. I want to see. I really want to see if they do it. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. Yeah. Jaden is, man, he's great. He's having another one of them rookie years. Who's the last guy? The kid that played yesterday. His name is slipping my mind. But now he's having the sophomore slump, and I think a part of his sophomore slump is the injuries. Andre said, need a new coach and draft Ashton Jeanty. I agree with you, man. I'm out on Mike. Mike McCarthy. He's too much of a yes man. Gabe said Derrick Henry and Lamar balled out against Pittsburgh yesterday. Woo, didn't they, though? My dark horse pick might win the AFC North. Ravens got Houston and Steelers, and Steelers got Chiefs on Christmas. I like Baltimore to win. Man, let me tell you something. I keep saying it, Gabe. Two things travel well in the playoffs: run games and defense. If you can control the line of scrimmage, and have you noticed this is what all the playoff teams are trying to do? It's the same formula, and we beat our team down for this. But do y'all know who made these teams come to this conclusion of running the ball? I know we don't want to hear this. It was Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott. Just go back and look at the stats. Dak's record or Dak's success against teams that blitz. Dak's success against teams that try to rush or play close, all those things. Dak and Patrick Mahomes, and especially Mahomes, in the big games, playoffs, Super Bowls, they were killing teams. Dak was doing it in the regular season. Mahomes was doing it in the regular season and in the playoffs. So you know what they started doing in particular to Dak Prescott? Patrick Mahomes? They started playing that cover two. Cover two. They started playing cover two. Nothing deep. Keep everything underneath tight, and you make those quarterbacks have to throw over those linebackers and find those spots in the zone where they have to make picture perfect throws. High percentage or a high chance of interceptions, high chances of tip balls, high chances of mistakes. They started doing that. So you know what all the teams started doing? Because that became the way to stop these high-powered passing games. Anybody notice how these high-powered passing games have slowed down? Patrick Mahomes, what Mahomes is doing to teams, and boy, we're going to have to talk about this at some point in this season, how these referees are helping out the Kansas City Chiefs, but I digress. Patrick Mahomes is doing a lot of his heroics in the fourth quarter. He's not doing them all game like he was doing in, I don't even know what, I mean, even say his younger years. He's been doing so much at such a young age, but in his early part of this young career. And so now these teams said, okay, y'all going to try to stop the pass. Okay, let's have a renaissance. We saw how the Green Bay Packers beat the Cowboys last year. Everybody went and got a run game. Everybody went and got a run game. And the Kansas City Chiefs got one last year. Pacheco got a run game. Y'all know what they did for Josh Allen now? Got him a run game. Y'all saw what happened today? He throws an interception. What do the Bills do? Hey, man, run the ball. We got to get Josh settled back down. Settle Josh back down. Let's run the ball. Then when we punish him with the run, okay, now let's get Josh something easy. Every team is doing this but the Cowboys. Every team is doing it. Hold on. Let's settle him down. Throw him a screen. They're doing this with Lamar Jackson. They're doing the same thing. Why do you think they went and got Derrick Henry? Because they want to take some of this off of his plate. We don't want Lamar Jackson having to win every game. Let's let him be a part of winning the game. Josh Allen, we don't want him having to win all the games and play Superman. Let's pull some of this off his plate. We don't need Josh Allen to be Superman. Not in the movie by himself. We need the Justice League. Hey, okay, Superman, Josh Allen. We bringing in Batman. We're bringing in the Flash. We're bringing in Aquaman. We're bringing in Wonder Woman. You bring in enough players so people don't have to do it by themselves. Because this is exactly what Micah's talking about, in case y'all might not realize it. The part that Micah, and I don't understand why his agent isn't talking to him better, or either he's ignoring his agent because he already said his agent was going to be mad at him, because even his agent should have been telling him, Micah, be quiet. You don't have to leave any money on the table. The Cowboys can sign players if they want to. They don't want to. They don't want to. They haven't wanted to. What's going on, Freddie? Going good, man. How things going with you? Kendricks is out. Not good. Oh. Y'all watch how this defense looks. Kendricks is the quarterback of the defense. They're going to look different on defense. They're going to look different. For 3 Super Bowls, that's a discount. Jerry got robbed by Dak. Now, he didn't get robbed by Dak. Jerry robbed himself. Jerry robbed himself, Marlon. This is the part people won't admit, or at least some people won't admit. No, Jerry robbed himself. Because do we not realize that when Patrick Mahomes signed the 10-year, $450 million deal, you want to know who his wide receiver was? It was Tyreek Hill. It was Tyreek Hill. Patrick Mahomes, it's crazy to even be talking like this, but he's done so much in his early career. But in the early part of his career, see, he's having the opposite effect of Tom Brady. In the beginning with Tom Brady, it was defense, and then he became offense. With Patrick Mahomes, it was offense and him, and now it's defense. They're winning with defense now. They really are. No, this is why people are talking about the year that he's having. He's winning with defense. And again, Marlon, appreciate your comments, but I done told you, man, you don't have to believe me. We don't have to agree, but I'm telling you the truth. Jerry isn't like the owner for the Kansas City Chiefs. Name me a coach that Dak Prescott has played for that's anywhere close to Andy Reid. A team. I've been saying it and I've been saying it. A team doesn't start from the quarterback. A team doesn't start from the coach. A team doesn't even start from the GM. A team starts with the owner. The owner. Do you have the owner that's willing to trust the GM? Will he hire the right GM to where he can say, hey, I take my hands off this thing, man. This is what I got you for. Now do your job. Do your job. The team starts at the top. I can prove this every single time. Every single time. And this is our biggest issue. And I know, no, you don't understand. Because what happens is the top is the one who starts and sets the culture. They set the culture. They set responsibility. They set accountability. They have a winning attitude. See, this is why I don't want Mike McCarthy back. Because we keep bragging about 3 12-win seasons, and we won't look at the context of those 12-win seasons. I've already looked at it. I've already looked at those 12-win seasons. Go inside of those 12-win seasons, and we'll blame it on Dak. We'll even blame it on, quote-unquote, Michael Parsons in some instances. But tell me the big teams, the big games that we won in those 12-win seasons. Tell me who we beat. Tell me who we beat. We had some in there. But when you start talking about Super Bowl teams, you can look back on their record and say, they beat some big teams during the season. They beat some teams that were in the playoffs. They beat winning teams. And then when they went to the playoffs, they beat those teams again. And they got to the Super Bowl. And it didn't start with the players. Winning doesn't start with the players. Winning starts with the owner. You don't believe me? I cannot wait. And I ain't going to say I can't wait, but it's going to be very interesting how the Detroit Lions season plays out. You want to know why? Let me put some respect on this lady's name. Sheila Ford Hemp. She's the owner, says here, principal owner. She's the principal owner of the Detroit Lions. She's the principal owner of the Detroit Lions. She's not a better marketer than Jerry Jones. One thing I'll give Jerry Jones, there is no better marketer. There is no better marketer than Jerry Jones. The one thing about Jerry Jones, he can market a team. Problem is he can't build a team at all. Because the best team he built was actually built with the help of someone else, Jimmy Johnson. You know what the owner of the Detroit Lions did? This lady, Sheila Ford Hemp. She said, let me hire the GM. My team is going to start with my GM. See, some people think it started with the coach. Nope. Didn't start with the coach. It started with this owner who went out and said, let me get Brad Holmes. Hey, Brad Holmes, I'm going to hire you to be the general manager. Look at this, what it says. In his role, he oversees Lions football operations and reports directly to the principal owner and chair, Sheila Ford Hemp. Hey, Brad, I need you to build me a super team. I need you to build a super team. I don't want to hear what these Cowboy fans are always doing. Talking about their quarterback, what he's not. No. You got Jared Goff. You get Jared Goff. We know what he is. We know what he isn't. So let's go out and let's put players around him. Everyone else is doing this except for us. We're the only ones not doing this. We're the only ones crying and complaining and kicking and screaming. Our quarterback isn't good enough. Well, is Jared Goff a prolific passer? No. I wouldn't even rank barely Jared Goff. I mean, I don't even know if I rank Jared Goff in the top 10. He might be in that 15 range. He's not top 10, not to me. Everything I see on tape, he's not top 10. Would anybody dare say Jared Goff is even top 5, top 10? I mean, if you got him top 10, I bet you got him at the bottom. You don't have him at the top. But you know what they did? They went and put a super team around him. They did the same thing with Jalen Hurts. There are people talking about, he ain't no quarterback and blah, blah. Oh, yeah, he got way more wins than we do. Got a better team than we do. Because the team doesn't start on the field. The team starts in the front office. And we keep making up lies talking about, oh, it's not about the front office, man. It's everything to do with the front office. Because you got to tell me why we haven't been to a Super Bowl since Jimmy Johnson. And I'm not giving Barry Switzer Jimmy Johnson's Super Bowl like other people do. That was Jimmy Johnson's team. That thing was on cruise control. That wasn't Barry Switzer's team. That was Jimmy and Jerry's team, not Barry and Jerry's team. We ain't won nothing since. There's a reason. Because the team starts in the front office and it ends with the water boy or the water girl. It doesn't begin on the field. And I'm laughing that people keep talking about, they'll tell you about players, but they won't tell you about team. Jimmy put together a team. We haven't put together a team since. Jerry likes to puff his chest out. Yeah, we've gotten players. Yeah, you gotten players, but you still haven't built a team. Right now, Jerry is destroying the team. Right now. Saying stuff like, Micah Parsons gets it. Because he giving you a discount? Hogwash. Total hogwash. Dallas Cowboys 65 said, our squad this year didn't deserve to go to the tournament. I'm with you. As we knew, the Joneses did absolutely nothing to ensure another winning season. So no surprise, the snake oil is stick with the Joneses. Man, people are going to have to admit it. We're going to have to admit it. And we want to talk about, no, I'm not, it's not about the fact that there has not been some failures on the field. But we won't admit the failures on the field. We'll talk about the San Francisco team. Tell me the coach that's been on the Cowboys since they've had Kyle Shanahan and we play San Francisco. Tell me the coach we've had that's better than Kyle Shanahan. Mike McCarthy's not even in the same breath with Kyle Shanahan. He's not. The reality is the San Francisco teams have actually been better than us. And we had no room, there was no margin for error for us playing the San Francisco 49ers. I think it was the first time we played them. Dak threw a very detrimental interception. I'll put that one on him. But that second one, they were just better than us. And when Tony Pollard broke his leg, it pretty much ended a lot of our hopes because it really made us extremely one-dimensional. Made us one-dimensional. Mike McCarthy said this early in the season. The problem with any team that builds through the draft, you have poor player development and you have no depth. This is what happened to the Cowboys. Jerry Jones let go of all of those veterans and decided to rely on a whole bunch of young guys. Put the quarterback behind a young offensive line that was not ready for prime time. Still has his number one receiver and no answer for the second one. Brought in Ezekiel Elliott rather than even last year getting a running back in the draft. Still got problems at linebacker. Depended upon a cornerback that was coming back from a bad knee. Now that we know Stephen Jones said he's been struggling with the knee for 2 years. This is what this team does. Winning starts in the front office. It starts in the front office. The media and fans in the New England area could not blame Brady for leaving the Pats. Bill wasted contracts wasted contracts Brady to start Jimmy G. He was trying to run Jimmy G. He was trying to run Tom Brady out of town. And Rob Kraft stepped in on him and said, no, you're not doing it. You're not doing that to a legend. So Dak is getting hate because he took as much as he could in his new deal, and Micah is catching heat because he wants to leave money on the table. Now watch this. For me, Micah can do whatever he want to do. That's not why I got the problem with Micah Parsons. You know why? Because Trayvon Diggs did it. Trayvon Diggs did it. A lot of people don't realize, and I don't know if Trayvon Diggs left money on the table, but Trayvon Diggs didn't try to be the highest paid cornerback either. But let's be real. Was he justified in being the highest paid cornerback? Because I can tell you this, I told you earlier, in those positions, when you get that money, you got to be top three. I don't think he was necessarily top three when he got that deal. And I can tell you right now, Micah Parsons is not top three. Now, if you start talking about all this quarterback pressure stuff, and okay, you're going to start talking about those stats. But when you talk about overall performance, no. He's not top three. He's an elite player, but he's not top three at defensive end. That's a different animal. He's not top three at defensive end. I think he could be number one at linebacker. I think if he put his mind to it, I don't think there'd be no better linebacker in the NFL. Because of his speed, his size fits a lot better at linebacker. His speed, his agility. He could really get in the playbook, get in the film room. Michael would be unstoppable. No, Freddie, my problem with Micah Parsons is how he's doing it. By saying, well, you know what they say. If you're the highest paid player, you have no players around you. Who is the they? Because nobody's saying that but the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody's saying that but Colin Cowherd about the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody's saying that but other people in the media about the Dallas Cowboys. Do y'all notice they don't say that about the Detroit Lions? They don't say that about the Philadelphia Eagles. They both built super teams. Nobody is saying that right now about the Baltimore Ravens. Nobody is saying that about the Buffalo Bills. Nobody is saying none of that stuff about any other team except for Dallas, because the Joneses created that narrative. And even Mike Fisher is tired of that narrative. Mike Fisher will no longer go along with them. There are other people just like me who can clearly see the cap, can clearly see the moves they can make. And we all know this isn't about money. Michael didn't have to leave money on the table. He didn't. The way they do contracts today with avoidable years, it's just the nature of the beast. It's how everybody manages the contract. Yep, Patrick Mahomes set for life. And a lot of people don't understand it. He's set for life. That's why I be laughing at folks talking about, man, Patrick Mahomes taking a discount. 10-year, $450 million. You call that a discount? Tell me any other quarterback that's going to make $450 million other than probably Dak Prescott, who's probably, I don't think he's made $450 million on the field, but Patrick Mahomes is actually going to make more than $450 million. I'm not going to be, because people don't realize they always go back into Patrick Mahomes' contract. They've been doing this, I think, now for the last 2 or 3 years. They go back in that contract and they tinker with it to make sure he gets more money. They've been doing it for, I think, 2 or 3 years. Patrick Mahomes, the smartest quarterback today on and off the field, and with 3 Super Bowls show for it. And he's humble as hell. Yep, doesn't have to talk like the other guys do. Nope. And you know what they've done a good job of, Gabe? They kept players around him. Patrick Mahomes had a loaded team when they were really doing their thing on offense. Don't look as good now, but they've made up for that with a running game and a defense. And we still can't discount the team starts upstairs. Our front office is bad. Our coaches, we won't empower them. Even the coaches are not working on a full empowered coaching staff. And we got an owner that creates the vision on his own team. Michael gets it. Oh, so you're saying that Dak don't get it. Dak don't get it because he didn't give you the discount, but Michael gets it because he's giving you the discount. Make it make sense. If Michael chooses to leave money on the table, that's his business. But don't do it and then throw shade on other players because you made that decision for your life. No, DeRon Bland, when your contract come up, don't you dare follow suit of Michael Parsons. Did we not see what just happened to the wide receiver, I think it is, for the Houston Texans? Don't you dare leave money on the table. Don't you dare. I said it again. I said it before and I say it again. You do not know when it's going to be your last day on that field. You don't leave no money on the table. That's their job. That's their job. If the team felt like that and shared the money, the team is better. No. See, I don't know where your mind is. No, the team don't need to feel like that. Because why do we have to be the only team, Sean Ginn? That's the point I'm making. Why do we have to be the only team to think like that? They're not thinking like that in Philadelphia, and they got players all around Jalen Hurts. They're not thinking like that with Jared Goff. They got players all around Jared Goff. Why do we have to do it? Jerry Jones' cheap self wouldn't even pay Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. Wouldn't even pay Nick Chubb. Well, other teams got them. You notice they look better than us? Because no one else has that mentality. Jordan Love said he wasn't hitting the field unless they made him the highest paid quarterback in the league. He wasn't hitting the field. Dak Prescott didn't do that. It's not Dak's job. We are absolutely brainwashed by these Joneses. You don't have to take a discount in order to sign players because I'm proving you wrong at every turn. Everyone else is doing it but us. We're the only team running around here trying to justify the owners in their dumbness. We're the only ones doing it. This is a bad precedent. Deron Bland, get your money. Rico Dowdle, get your money. Kevontae Turpin, get your money. It is not your job to be giving discounts. Get your money. And if they don't want to give you your money, you go somewhere else. Period. I don't want to play for a team that says, ooh, man, if you want to keep the players around you, so you're basically saying we're going to let these lazy GMs / owners not do their doggone job the way everyone else is doing their job. Go play for a team that knows how to manage the salary cap. Man, I'm telling you, no one else talks like this. No one else. Sean Ginn, you're lying again. You're lying again. And I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, but you're lying again. Name me the other team where these players are saying, man, if we want to win, everybody got to take a discount. Name the team. Name them. Don't give me the individual player. Tell me the team where they all share that same sentiment. Tell me the team. There's no team that thinks like that. There's no team that's ever thought like that. Do you know the 90s Cowboys didn't think like that? The 90s Cowboys didn't think like that. Charles Haley came here, he got his money. Deion Sanders came here, he got his money. Oh yeah, Troy Aikman, he got his money. The linemen, they got their money. Emmitt Smith held out, they lost, he got his money. Michael Irvin got his money. What are we talking about? No team thinks like this. This is dumb talk. This is dumb talk. No team thinks like this. Don't give me an individual player. No team thinks like this. None. The Jones family got these players believing this BS. Yes. Got the fans too. Got the fans too. Nobody believes this. Marlon, is he on a rookie contract now? Help me out. Is he on a rookie contract now? Is Jalen Hurts on a rookie deal now? How many players does he have around to compare it to Dak Prescott? How many players does Jalen Hurts have around him compared to a whole lot of teams? And the Philadelphia Eagles are in the thick of the Super Bowl contention right now. They're in the thick of the Super Bowl contention. And nobody on that team has that mentality. Nobody. A.J. Brown done already went back to the table. Nobody has that. Devontae Smith, we need to study who his agent is. But nobody else. Saquon Barkley don't have that attitude. None of those guys have that attitude. Money is not, a winning attitude does not come from leaving money on the table. That's hogwash. That's dumb talk. That's dumb talk. We're trying to make it into a moral, and that's the other issue I have with Micah Parsons. We're trying to make it into a moral issue if a person decides to take all the money or get the money that they've earned or leave money on the table. Man, miss me. I don't want to play for no team like that. That's crazy talk. Man, this is America. Better make all the money you can. Dallas Cowboy fans said the Joneses Marketing Network just happens to encumber a football team amidst their entertainment ventures. And they do the same thing to their coaches. You're worth in Forbes this year $10.1 billion. And you have one of the lowest coaching salaries in the league. Make it make sense. We're the only team that do this dumb stuff. Do more with less. Do more with less. Do more with less. Where's that gotten us? Don't make it about Dak. Where's that gotten us? Don't make it about Romo. Where has that gotten us? This is why this team continues to be losers. They continue to be losers. Before Dak Prescott, before Tony Romo, and after Troy Aikman. They even robbed Troy Aikman of the last 4 to 5 years of his career. They robbed him. Jerry Jones even started putting Troy Aikman behind rickety, raggedy lines. The man was getting concussions all over the place. Jerry Jones did that. And it's the same stuff that Jerry Jones has been doing all these years. Waiting until Tony Romo got to the very end of his career. Oh, all of a sudden now we're going to try to put a team around Tony Romo. Too late. Went out there and broke his tailbone. Now we got Dak Prescott dumb. Now we going to go sign Dak Prescott at 31 years old, $231 million guaranteed dollars, and then we're going to strip the whole team down. Who does this dumb stuff? We'll strip the whole team down and say, he got to do more with less. That's dumb. And then the fan base is so kooky crazy. Well, the reason why we can't do it is because of Dak Prescott contract. We're not even smart enough to realize that contract hadn't even kicked in yet. Dak's contract hasn't even kicked in yet. Jerry Jones could have got Saquon Barkley. We had the money. Jerry Jones could have got Derrick Henry. We had the money. Jerry Jones could have got Devontae Adams. Had the money. Jerry Jones could have at any time he wanted to this season. He could have got any player that he wanted to, but he chose not to do it. He chose not to do it. There's nobody else doing this. I'm telling you, I'm not going to argue. You can say whatever you wanted to, but no, the facts are showing it. The facts are showing it. All these other teams are doing it. They're doing it. Marlon Brando, you're saying that Dak Prescott is nowhere near as good as Patrick Mahomes. What are you basing that on? What are you basing that on? Because the reality is there's been nobody better in the NFL over the last 5 seasons than Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott statistically. Wins, statistics. It's been Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott. The difference is, watch this, you still don't get it. Name me the coach that Dak Prescott has played for that's good as Andy Reid. Name him. I don't even want to hear about Tom Brady. Name me the coach that Tony Romo. Name me the coach that Dak Prescott has played for that's as good as Andy Reid, as Bill Belichick. Hogwash. We don't know how to build teams. We don't know how to build teams. I would never want to be on any you guys' teams who talk like you do. Teams are built from the top down. They are. If you build your team on the field and you put shoddy coaching around them, if the GMs are shoddy with the salary cap, you're going to get the result that the Cowboys are getting now. Wicked said the Steelers lost. You can all laugh at my pain. Russ had a bad game. Yes, I want Justin Fields. I've been saying it. Hopefully, Jalen Hurts is okay. Kenny Pickett lost a huge lead. Kenny Pickett out here don't know his role. I don't understand why they had a dude who been on the bench all this time, and he came out slanging. I was laughing at how much he was slinging that rock. Super chat. What's going on, Robert M? Oh, man, Robert M. Man, God bless you, my brother. $50 super chat. Merry Christmas, G, in a season of injury, disappointment. Thanks for the objectivity, honesty, and sanity. 3 things the internet is short supply of these days. Appreciate the talk. Man, I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, my brother, for that, man. Much love, man. Hey, man, I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. It is time for this Dallas Cowboy game. All y'all come back in here, man. All y'all. Hey, I appreciate all the conversation. Sean, Marlon Brando, all of y'all, man. I appreciate the conversation. We're going to come back after the game. I want y'all to watch the game. I don't like watching the game, like being on headphones, because I know I'm going to be in here cheering and everything else, because I want to see what these Cowboys do. Again, man, hey, boy. Man, Robert M., man, appreciate you again, man. Merry Christmas to you too, my brother. Hey, y'all be back on. We're going to do the Cowboys. We're going to do the Cowboys pregame show, man, and we're going to keep this discussion going on the Dallas Cowboys. Love all you guys, man. Last great team we had was 1995. Yep, keep spinning the truth. Hey, I'll be back, guys. Post-game show tonight, as soon as the game over. Let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.